Hello, hello, are we live? Hello, hello, hello. Whoa, I'm very backlit. This is a really bad point of view and a bad camera. I noticed. I usually record stuff with my phone and didn't realize how bad the camera is on my computer, but never mind. Here we are. This is a live stream and I'm going to have a couple of announcements, actually, more than one. And since it's Friday evening, afternoon, finishing up some work from home, so I thought I would make this live and and so I can make these announcements live, and then I will get some work done. While I'm getting the work done, I'll just leave it open, so if you guys are there, feel free to pop up and say hi, and we'll leave it like that. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, I'm from home, and I tried to do one of these before, but I wanted to do it where I share the screen, but YouTube wouldn't let me do that, so I'm just going to do this. So I haven't done one of these in a while, and so I'm going to do it now, though, since I'm working from home, and it's a lot easier than when I'm working from like the office or the a coffee shop or stuff like that. Anyway, like I said, I have more than one announcement. I have two, actually, three announcements, sort of, and then I'm just going to get to work, and you guys can join me and say hi whenever if you want. And Yeah. By the way, I know I haven't done like a day in the life in a while on this channel in a long time. And the thing is, because now, like, I'm working from the office and or also from coffee shops. Actually, I prefer coffee shops, to be honest, or else from home. And so I told myself, for other people's privacy, I don't want to be filming them for a day in the life and all that while I'm in these settings. Although, if I have to be honest, that's part of the reason. But a big part of the reason is that I'm kind of embarrassed walking around saying, "Look, this is me filming myself." What everyone around can see me, so I haven't been doing that. I don't know. It will be interesting to do a day in the life here in Taiwan. I know I did one in the U.S. I did one years ago in Switzerland, and but I haven't done one in a while. It would be interesting to do one, especially since now it's more from the point of view of running a translation agency rather than as a freelance translator. But anyway, that'll be at some point in the future. Or anyway, at some point maybe. But for now, anyway, let's go ahead with what I want to talk about, and then I'll just, like I said, I'll just get to work here, and I'll keep this on live, so you guys can feel free to say hi or however you want. First of all, the announcements. So the first announcement to make is something that's already out now. For those of you, a lot of you know that I have a book out called How to Be a Successful Freelance Translator. It's on Amazon. It's been there for a while. But a lot of you, like, you don't that's not a good way to learn for you, maybe. Like, you don't like reading the book or putting on Kindle or something like that, and you want a different method. So if you prefer more to listen to things, maybe you like podcasts and stuff like that, I'm happy to announce that now there's an audiobook version on Audible of my book, How to Be a Successful Freelance Translator. I put the link down in the description. It should be there. And yeah, it's available. It's out there. I think since yesterday or maybe the day before, something like that. And it's pretty cool. I got contacted by Amazon sort of out of the blue, said one of your books might be eligible for an audiobook, and apparently it was. And at the beginning, I was thinking, I was like, well, this isn't going to work because this is a how-to book, right? It's teaching you how to be a successful freelance translator. An audio version, it wouldn't really work. But then I kind of went through it and I realized, I don't really have that many diagrams or stuff like that. I have some images and some visuals, but more or less it works. So I was like, okay, fine, let's see how this goes. And the whole process was really quick. And so then I was like, okay, this is going to sound like crap, because I'm like, it's being voiced by their program, right? And so they do it themselves. But I listened to it. I didn't listen to the whole thing, but I listened to a majority of it. A bit here, a bit there, a bit other places, and for the most part, it seems okay. I don't use too many like words that are difficult to pronounce. Some place names like Lugano and Keelung and stuff, but it seems to be handling them fine. And so yeah. Anyway, it's there. If you're interested in audiobooks, how to be a successful freelance translator, you can just click on the link below and it's there. And yeah, if you do want to get it, please feel free to on Audible. And if you do, I would ask that if you could leave a review. if you see on Amazon, there are plenty of reviews because they combine the paperback, the Kindle, and the audiobook. But if you go to Audible, there are no reviews, and so anyway, it just helps out if you can leave a review there. But yeah, that's about it. And what else did I want to say? Oh yeah, so that's announcement number one that I have. Announcement number two is and I'm going to make another more formal announcement for this later on. But announcement number two is that on April 10th, I think, I'm going to be doing a workshop with pros.com. I'm actually going to be doing three of them. One's in April, one in May, one in June. But in April, I'm going to be doing a workshop with pros.com, and it'll be on there. And it's a workshop on getting set up as a freelance translator. It is so I basically talk about how to set up your CV as a freelancer because I've mentioned this before. It's very different from CV when you work in a company because obviously they have two very different goals. You're not trying to fit in with the company culture or grow with the company or stuff like that, or work well with your coworkers or what have you. You're just there to you need that CV to get the job at hand and to handle the job to show that you can handle the job. Anyway, so I talk about how to set up your CV for that, how to come up, and I go through a template. Actually, I go through an actual template for sending out a cover letter or cold emails and whatnot, and then how to tweak it for each individual job, and then how to set up your online profile. And I do it, I think, for LinkedIn, but basically you can use this for every profile from LinkedIn to Pros, Translators Cafe, Upwork, whatever it might be. So you can be all over the place, and how to optimize that profile so you can be found by the right people and a lot more hireable. And so anyway, that's the workshop number one. It's going to be awesome, and it's going to be April 10th. If I don't have it wrong, I'm pretty sure. Wait, let me make sure that's right before I start saying. Yeah, April 10th is going to be. Anyway, I'm going to make another announcement, and it's going to be on pros.com too, and that's going to be really cool. So yeah, those two announcements to make. What else did I want to say? Oh, one other announcement. I just found out about this yesterday, but so actually, anyway, I'm probably going to be doing a live chat with another YouTuber who you probably know. If you know this channel, you probably know the other YouTuber. But this person just contacted me yesterday. We're going to set something up, but you can do it where you're both live on our respective channels on YouTube at the same time, and it should be a lot of fun. That's going to be later in April, probably late April. Anyway, again, I'll be announcing all these later on. For now, I just wanted to let you guys know, give you a sneak preview, and let you know that the book is out, just in case you're interested. And that's all that I have from me. I will now leave. Let's see. I'll close. Anyway, yeah. Well, let's see if I have anything else to announce. I'm gonna check. Announce audiobook pros.com. And oh no, that was it. So okay, it was a very quick thing. But yeah, I wanted to leave it on while I get some work done, just in case you want to pop in and say hi. And that's it. I know this is an awkward time for most of you because like the East Coast is 5 a.m. I think in Europe it's 11 a.m. something like that. But it's it's a Friday, so we'll see what's going on. I think it's 11 or it's like lunchtime. Anyway, I probably chose the worst time to do this, but I figured why not? I haven't done one of these in a while, so why not? Um, and I will just get some work done and finish up my work while keeping it on live. So let me know if you have any questions or anything along those lines. I'll be happy to chat with you. Um, actually, let me check now if there are any. There are no questions. Okay. I really chose a bad time to do this, didn't I? Anyway, I will. I'm now going to get some work done, and I'll just keep this open. I got these new glasses for the blue light or whatever it is. I keep forgetting to wear them. For those of you watching, wondering why everything's all quiet, and like I said, I'm just getting some work done, and I'm keeping this open in case anyone wants to chat or has any questions. I haven't done one of these in a while, probably a year or two, but I just wanted to do that. It's Friday evening here. I'm in Taipei, and I'm finishing up some work, so I thought I might as well do this and just leave it open. But I'm just gonna get some work done and leave and yeah, and leave the live stream open, leave the chat open. Uh, oh, hello, Shire Shakata. Good afternoon to you too. Good evening here, I guess. Almost still afternoon, actually. And once again, I just had there were a couple announcements that I made. The first announcement is that my book, How to Be a Successful Freelance Translator, is available in Audible now, and I have the link down in the description below. Feel free to check it out. The other one is that I'll be doing a workshop with pros.com on April 10th, but I'll be doing another video announcing that more in detail. In fact, I'm doing 3 workshops with them, one in April, one in May, one in June, and that should be awesome. And but for now, I'm just finishing up some work so I can get my weekend started, basically. Ay, ay, ay. Do the video. I'm doing this from my laptop, and I never realized how bad this video quality is. Huh. Still quiet. Sorry, I have a question. Sir, German language is good for what type of translation? Any specific category for beginner translators? Um, the, I mean, are you talking about what type of specialization in the German language? There are plenty. In my experience, German language, there are a lot of, because there are a lot of engineering companies, so any type of engineering stuff, but you find anything from tourism to medical to legal to business to financial to anything. So, yeah, if you're beginning in translation, then any type. My usually what I recommend is because when you're beginning, you're kind of really broad, and that's good. At the beginning, be quite broad and try to figure out where you fit in exactly. Obviously, if you studied finance or law or worked in law, something like that, then chances are you're going to do more translations along those lines. But be a bit broad and see what sticks, see what you're good at, see what you can get jobs in. But your goal should be to niche later on and find your niche and figure that out. And so yeah, at the beginning, if you're doing German, then if you're a German translator into German, I don't know if it's into German or from German, but at the beginning, be kind of broad, be kind of open, and see what works. And then if you notice that you're doing a lot of, say, legal translations and you're good at it, then focus more on those, and that should be your niche. And your goal should be to be the best in the world at a very niche thing. So legal, even that is pretty broad. If you're doing, say, like German to English translations, in law, so maybe find one type of law or do patents or do, some type of thing. But at the beginning, it can be pretty broad. And German, yeah, for Germany, I mean, for pretty much anywhere, you find all types of translations. And Germany is common enough that that shouldn't be a problem. Don't forget to check Switzerland too, because and Austria, not just Germany, because they speak German in other places as well. I hope that helps. I realized I'm doing a live stream, and like I said, I haven't done one of these in a while. And I said I put the link to the book in the description, but I might as well put it in the chat because I don't know if I think the description shows up anyway. But anyway, just in case, I really don't know what I'm doing here. So again, this is a link to the Audible book that's out now. I'll just give a link down there. And that was one of the announcements that I had to make. And I have Thomas Thomas Di Maria. Good morning, Robert. I recently finished your course on Udemy on how to start a business as a translator. I really enjoyed it. Well, I'm happy. I'm really glad to hear that. I should let you know that I'm not updating my course on any of the other platforms, unfortunately. So I'm not sure how up to date that course is, but still, I'm glad if it's helpful. I'm very happy it's helpful. That's why I do it, because otherwise it wouldn't have any use. Um, And that's the main thing. I'm glad you enjoyed it, but I hope you can find it useful. And I hope, you're able to, and it's there to be used as reference as well. So later on, if you have issues with any specific point, the invoicing, the this, the that, whatever, you can refer to it. Um, anyway, like I said, I'm just getting work done and keeping the chat open. So feel free to say hi or just, get some work done with me. Keep me company. Just closing up so I can start my weekend. Sorry, I don't check automatically the comment. Hello, I've seen uh, this from RTL Martd RTL. I've seen very few new jobs on pros so far this year. Is it just in the English Swedish combo, or is it a general trend? It sort of seems to be a general trend. I don't know. I really don't know. It could be. There've been Look. I've been on pros now, I think I don't know, 10 years maybe. And there are ups and downs. So maybe write it out and see what happens. Although I should say I see a lot more action happening on LinkedIn. So make sure you're active on LinkedIn. Make sure you have your profile up and everything. Be active. Um, Chat with people, stuff like that, because I see a lot of action on LinkedIn. I've hired people on LinkedIn. I've been contacted and been hired for jobs on LinkedIn, and yeah, so I think quite a bit is happening there. I still use pros though. Like if I have to hire someone, I'm still on pros as well. I'm actually doing a video soon where I'm going to compare. I'm going to do something like for a small job, put it up on Facebook, on Upwork and Pros, and I kind of already did it. And then, the translations are getting done now. I'm going to compare the quality and the process and all that. I think it should be interesting. But yeah, sorry, and there's more here. Thomas and Maria says, as an ongoing MA student in Germany, I wish I'd been taught some of the stuff you covered. One thing I noticed is that academic curricula do not seem to know the market needs. Absolutely, and that's actually why I created the course in the first place, because it's stuff when you're studying it in school, they teach you a lot of the theory, and stuff like that behind it, but they don't teach you how to get a job online, how to find clients, how to market to them, how to get your cover letter done, how to do this and that and the other. And so I wanted to deal with the practical points, and no one was dealing that, with the freelance part of Freelance Translator, right? And so yeah, that's why I wanted to show. And again, the one on the other platforms, I don't update them, but the one I have, like, it's basically I try to do it a step by step process where you can follow it along and set stuff up, contact potential clients, and get hired, and it's sort of like a walkthrough rather than deal with a bunch of theory and stuff like that. One fun thing that I'm Italian myself and discover your Italian version after buying the English one. Comunque ancora complimenti per il corso, grazie. Uh, Ma il corso ah sì, certo che c'è in italiano. Comunque anche quello non è molto aggiornato, devo dire. I really I only update the one in English, unfortunately. I should update the one in Italian, but I haven't really. There just hasn't been that much demand for it. And by the way, all of this is sort of extra, running my agency is the main thing I do, and so I try to update the main course at least once a year, but that's on my like where I host it on Thinkific. But on the other platforms, I just don't have time to update it. Thomas Di Maria. Anyway, if you're Italian in Germany, then if you're doing German to Italian or Italian to German, probably German to Italian translations, that's a good combination to have, I think, these days. Because it's common enough that um, there's quite a bit of demand, but most translators use English as a go-between, and so I think you can find your niche quite quickly there. Yeah, German. Yeah, so English to Italian, you're going to find more demand for it, but I think if you concentrate on the German to Italian, it'll be a lot better for finding a niche and becoming, like I say, you want to become the best in the world at your certain niche, and so really finding your specialization, what you're good at, and getting paid a lot for it. With the right clients and stuff like that. Just because there's less competition for German to Italian rather than English to Italian. But yeah, at the beginning, start off broad, obviously, and see what sticks, see what works, because you never know. I should have just called this video "Keep Me Company." I think that's what I used to do the other ones, because I feel like otherwise people come online and have no idea what's happening. Sorry, right. I'm doing some volunteer translations at the moment. I recently translated an article for World History Encyclopedia, and now I'm trying to translate the website. Um, who clicked on the wrong thing? Sorry. Wait, hold up. There. Um, translate an article for World History. I'm trying to translate the website of the German I live in, the German, oh, the German town, I guess, or something. Anyway, that's awesome. It's So yeah, if you're translating from, oh yeah, from German into Italian, I guess. Um, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, and that's the way to go. And if you can, my recommendation, Thomas, is to if you're volunteering, if you're on pros or wherever you are, try to get a rating or review there. Even if it's volunteer translations, you can definitely get reviews and ratings, and those definitely help in the future for future jobs. So if you're going to use pros as your main website, I would say do that there. Otherwise, see if you can get like one of those recommendations on LinkedIn. Those can help as well. Pros is really good with the reviews though, because they show up front and center. So, definitely try to leverage that if you can. Let's see how it goes. What does the translation market look like in Switzerland? Switzerland is it's its own thing. It's actually, and so I still deal quite a bit with Switzerland, even though I'm out of the country now. A lot of my clientele and stuff comes from there, and it's its own little bubble. They speak Italian, they speak French. They want people who know like just the Swiss Hochdeutsch and or the Swiss Italian and Swiss French, and because there are a lot of different because if you're writing like legal texts or financial texts, they have different laws, they have different things, so you need to know what you're doing. So anyway, the people who are serious about translation treat it is very much its own bubble, and so yeah, it's an interesting market. If you so yeah, definitely feel free to look into it, but just know that some things will be different, and but yeah, if you can get a foot in, it can be interesting. In my experience, it's a lot more stable than other stuff, but it's yeah, it might be harder to get in. Thanks for your thoughts. I'm mainly seeing the almost daily postings from Telus looking for data analysts and personalized ad stuff on pros. I don't even know what that is. But yeah, that sounds, and I know there have been more scammy things everywhere. People are saying on pros, on Upwork, and stuff like that. It's really too bad. I really wish they did a better job um, of filtering those out. Yeah, persevere. That's all I can say really is, and check out LinkedIn. Definitely check out LinkedIn. There's a lot going on there. But and be on all these websites. At least have your profile there and everything, because you never know where the people are going to find you. Something might come up on Upwork, on Translators Cafe, on Pros, on you never know. So be available everywhere. But yeah, um, yeah, German city. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, German city, German town. But that's cool if you can translate their website, because you can also put that in your portfolio, because that's not anytime you do translation of public domain, public stuff, you can use it in your portfolio because you're not disclosing any confidential data. So that's good. And definitely try to get the ratings or reviews. Try to leverage it for that, as long as they're happy with your work. Anyway, I'm close to done now with the stuff that I wanted to finish. Um, but yeah, I feel like unfortunately doing live stuff. The other problem is since I'm here in Taiwan, it's really an inconvenient time zone for people in the US and in Europe. So I know if I do it in the evening, it's a bit better for Europe, but in the US, it's still, you know, early. No one's up yet, so there you go. But yeah, and well, anyway, actually, I still have to finish a couple of things. So feel free to keep me company. I feel like I should add some music to this thing or something, create an ambiance. Actually, this stuff I can. Yeah. Anyway, I think I'm going to close up soon. So anyway, just briefly, once again, the book "How to Be a Successful Freelance Translator" is available on Audible audiobook. I linked to it here in the chat, and I think the description below. So, however this is formatted, you should be able to find it there. Also, I'm going to be doing some workshops with pros.com. I'm going to announce those, one in April, one in May, one in June. So that should be awesome. And I'm kind of looking forward to them. Like I already mentioned, the first one is going to be on setting up, as a freelance translator, how to do the first setup for your CV, for your initial cold email, the email template to send out to people, and how to set up your profile, and have it set up properly everywhere. And then yeah, I'm going to be doing two other ones. I think one's going to be on setting up a translation agency if that's what you're interested in doing at some point. And the third one is on working and living remotely, because that's what I do. That's what I've been doing. I've been by the way, as even as a freelance translator, I was working and living remotely before digital nomad was even a term. I've been doing this for a long time. But it's interesting because now I'm married with a kid, and so it's very different the way to do it. And I think a lot of people feel, well, yeah, that's fine for the 18-year-olds or something, but once you get a bit more serious, it's a bit different, and it is, but it's still definitely possible. Um, but yeah, that should be fun. I'm going to anyway. I'll have announcements going more into detail about those things. Um, but now I'm gonna close up. Who looking forward to the upcoming content? Yeah, I'm too. Actually, should be fun. Okay. Out of curiosity, Thomas Di Maria, where are you from in Italy? Di dove sei? Toscana! Forza Viola! Vicino a Siena, bravo, bravo. Io, la mia famiglia è da Mugello, ma io sono cresciuto a Lugano, in Svizzera. Interesting. We actually spent last summer in Firenze and Florence, and that was awesome. I got to my daughter. I enrolled her in this school downtown in Florence, and we got to spend the summer there. It was so hot, actually. It was sort of miserable, but it was really good to be back and have some good food, some good wine. Sounds nice. Yeah, it was nice. Vicino a Siena dove? Where I trasferimento in Germania non è stato facile, me l'immagino. Dove sei where are you in Germany now? Germany's we lived for a I mean, we were there for, I think, close to a month. We were in Munich, and I really liked Munich, but we knew we weren't gonna stay there long term, so we didn't, Heidelberg. Dove cavolo è Heidelberg? Non mi ricordo. Where is Heidelberg again? Ah, okay. Ora vedo sulla mappa, yeah. And it must not be that big of a town, but you're yeah, right in between Frankfurt and Stuttgart. Stoccarda. So, like, yeah. Yeah, I imagine it's not that easy. So you can see if there are any, like, groups or get-togethers of Italians in the region, but chances are you have to go up to Frankfurt or something for that, or maybe down to Stuttgart. But yeah, if you're translating the town's website and you get to know the people there, that's kind of good because then you become the go-to guy. So so yeah, it'll be hard, but I feel like it'll also be good to kind of get known in the area as the go-to person. By the way, don't forget to set up as a translator on and I should probably do a video on this actually. I don't think I have on Google Maps. If you have a residence there in Heidelberg, if you have an address or something like that, I think you can, just put up translator and Thomas Di Maria, and because you get a lot of people, who just Google translator in my area, and they'll look on Google Maps and you'll pop up. So that's good, and especially if you're in a town like Heidelberg where you don't have that much competition, presumably, then that will be a good place to do it. Yeah, set it up. I mean, obviously, if you incorporate and all that, it's a lot easier, but I don't think you even have to incorporate. I think, as long as you have the address, they send you something to the address to make sure it's real. But yeah, definitely see if you can do that on Google Maps because a lot of people for translators, that's what they do. They just go to Google Maps and you know search translator in my area. Yeah, that's it. Translation service or just as translator, and and then you can have a link to either your profile, website, phone number, whatever, and then they contact you there. They do it and they make it quite simple. I've never done it in Germany, so I don't know if it's different in different countries. Um, but uh, but usually it's pretty straightforward. I should probably do a video on that. Like search for Google Business, Google Business Profile, something like that, and you should be able to do it. Nessun problema, keine Problem. O come si dice poi? Il, kein Problem. Anyway, I think I am done now with my stuff. So dunque vi saluto tutti. Say bye to I saluto tutti because now I see. Wait, I think yeah, there are two of you in the chat, and the only one chatting is Thomas Di Maria. Dunque ti saluto, and anyway, hopefully, you found some of these points useful. And otherwise, thank you for keeping me company. Oh, I've been here 44 minutes. Oh wow, yeah. I need to close up and start my weekend. I wish all of you a good weekend, and I hope you have fun. And like I said, I'll be making announcements for the other stuff later, but feel free to check out my audiobook in the link down below. And just remember, AI is not confidential. Never take a test without confirming rates ahead of time. And savidum. Bene, un saluto anche a te, grazie per il lavoro che fai per la nostra community di traduttori. Prego, prego, prego. No, I'm happy to do it. And and like I said, and I've said this before, when I first started out, there was nothing. And so it really annoyed me. So that's why I like to be able to provide help for stuff that school programs and stuff don't seem to do for some reason. Anyway. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to close up. So I'll talk to you next time. Okay. Thanks. Bye. Savidum.